Dogs may not be able to say I love you, but that doesn't mean they aren't saying it every single day. They just speak a different language, a language of leaning bodies, stolen socks, and slow blinks across a quiet room. In this video, you're going to discover 14 scientifically confirmed signs that your dog genuinely, deeply loves you. Number 14, they lean against you. Pay attention the next time your dog walks up and presses their full body weight into your leg or tucks themselves snugly against your side like they were made to fit there. That's not clumsiness. That's love. For a lot of dogs, the lean is their version of a full body hug. It's one of those quiet, easy to overlook gestures that carries enormous emotional weight. Don't let it pass you by. When your dog leans into you, lean back. Give them a scratch behind the ears. Pull them a little closer and let them feel that the affection is mutual. Now, there's also another reason a dog might press against your nerves. In an unfamiliar environment, a dog may lean on you because the world around them feels uncertain. You are their constant. You are their safe place. They're not just showing love in those moments. They're placing their trust entirely in your hands. Number 13. Your dog steals your clothes. You've come home to find your favorite hoodie on the living room floor. Your sneaker is under the coffee table. Your sock has somehow migrated to their bed. Before you get frustrated, consider what's actually happening here. Dogs experience the world primarily through their sense of smell. It is, by far, their most powerful connection to reality. And when a dog loves you, they love your scent. Your smell is comfort. It's familiarity. It's you. So when you're not around, they go looking for the next best step, something that carries your scent, your laundry, your shoes, your worn-out t-shirt. Carrying your belongings around isn't mischief. It's longing. Your dog wants to hold on to every piece of you they possibly can, and your scent is the closest they can get. The next time you find your socks stuffed under the couch, don't scold them. That's your dog's version of keeping a photo of someone they love. Number 12. Your dog cuddles with you after eating. Here's one of the most telling signs of all, and it's beautifully simple. After your dog finishes their meal, what do? Do they wander off on their own, or do they come find you? A dog that seeks you out after eating isn't looking for more food. They're not angling for a treat. They're full, their needs are met, and in that moment of contentment they choose you. That's genuine affection. That's a dog who doesn't just value you for what you provide, but for who you are to them. Science backs this up too. Cuddling with someone you love triggers the release of endorphins, the feel-good chemicals in the brain. This applies to dogs just as much as it does to humans. So that post-meal snuggle session, it's good for both of you. It's not just sweet, it's biochemically bonding. Number 11, they yawn when you yawn. You already know that yawning is contagious among humans. But here's something that might surprise you. It's contagious between dogs and their owners too. And the reason why is fascinating. Dogs yawn for a number of reasons. It can be a stress response, like when you pull into the vet's parking lot and your dog suddenly can't stop yawning. Or it can be a way of managing excitement, holding themselves back when they see the leash come out. But when a dog yawns in response to watching you yawn, that's something entirely different. Researchers at the University of Tokyo studied this exact phenomenon and found that dogs yawn contagiously, and more importantly, that dogs with strong emotional bonds to their owners are significantly more likely to mirror their owner's yawn. The researchers suggest this behavior is linked to empathy, the ability to attune to someone else's emotional state. Think about that. Your dog may literally be experiencing a form of empathy for you. Want to test it right now? Yawn openly in front of your dog and watch what happens. Number 10. They hold eye contact with you. Dogs don't have words. They can't sit you down and tell you how they feel, but they communicate volumes through their eyes, and the way they look at you says everything. Research published in the journal Science revealed something remarkable. When dogs gaze into their owner's eyes, it triggers a release of oxytocin in both the dog and the human. Oxytocin is the same hormone that bonds mothers to their newborns, the same chemical that deepens human relationships, and it flows freely between a dog and their owner during a simple, sustained moment of eye contact. When your dog looks at you, really looks at you, they're not staring blankly. They're strengthening the bond between you. They're reading you, following you, trying to anticipate what comes next, so they can be right there beside you when it happens. That gaze is devotion, plain and simple. Number 9, they completely lose it when you come home. The spinning, the jumping, the uncontrollable tail wagging, the sound effects that are somewhere between a bark and a shriek. If your dog greets you at the door like you've just returned from a year-long expedition, every single time you come home, even if you were only gone for 20 minutes, that's not just excitement. That's love with nowhere left to contain itself. Studies have actually measured what happens in a dog's body during these reunion moments. When a beloved owner returns, dogs experience a measurable spike in oxytocin, that social bonding hormone, and a significant drop in cortisol, the stress hormone. Your arrival physically relieves their anxiety. And here's the deeper layer. Researchers have found that the bond between a dog and their owner closely mirrors the attachment bond between young children and their parents. Your dog doesn't just like you. They depend on you. They see you as their source of safety, their anchor to the world. Of course, they lose their mind when you walk through the door. You're everything to them. Number 8, they raise their eyebrows when they see you. You might have to look closely for this one, but once you see it, you'll never stop noticing it. Scientists in Japan conducted a study observing dogs' facial expressions when interacting with familiar people versus strangers. What they found was striking. When dogs saw someone they loved, particularly their owner, they moved their eyebrows, especially the left brow, in an upward, expressive motion. When interacting with strangers, those same facial movements were far more subdued or absent entirely. Your dog literally has a face they make just for you. Since dogs can't speak, these micro-expressions are one of their most honest forms of communication. They're not performing for you. They can't fake it. Those raised eyebrows are a reflex, a spontaneous, unfiltered reaction to seeing the person they love most. Pay attention to your dog's face. There's a whole conversation happening there. Number 7, they wag their tail to the right when you're around. Not all tail wags are created equal, and learning to read them can tell you a lot about what your dog is feeling in any given moment. A broad, energetic wag with a relaxed body behind it, that's joy. But a slow, stiff, reluctant wag? That often signals uncertainty or discomfort. And here's something even more specific. The direction of a wag actually carries meaning. Research has shown that when a dog is suspicious of another dog or person, their tail tends to drift left. This left-sided wagging is associated with negative emotions, fear, stress, wariness. But when a dog wags their tail to the right, it signals positive emotion, relaxation, happiness, warmth. Now, this is subtle. You may need to observe carefully to catch it. But if you notice that your dog's tail sweeps predominantly to the right when you walk into the room, know what that means. Your presence is making them happy. You're literally the reason they're wagging. Number 6, they bring you gifts. Your dog can't walk into a florist and pick out a bouquet. They can't wrap something up and put a bow on it, but they absolutely can and do bring you offerings. And the thought behind it is genuinely touching. When a dog loves you, they may bring you their favorite toy. Not just any toy, their favorite one. The tattered ball they've had for years. The rope toy they guard like treasure. Sharing it with you is significant because dogs can be fiercely possessive of their belongings. Some dogs will growl if you so much as reach toward their special item, but when that same dog walks up to you and drops it at your feet, they're inviting you into their world. They're saying, "This matters to me, and so do you." It's an act of trust, generosity, and affection, all wrapped into one slightly slobbery package. Number 5, they lick you. Dog licks can feel excessive, especially when they go straight for your face the second you sit down. But there's real meaning behind it, and it runs deep. Licking is one of the most primal ways dogs express affection and form bonds. From the very first hours of life, mother dogs lick their puppies constantly to clean them, comfort them, stimulate them, and communicate warmth. That behavior doesn't disappear as dogs grow up. It evolves into how they show care for the people they love. When your dog licks you, they're grooming you. They're checking on you. They're expressing, in the most direct physical way they know how, that they care about your well-being. Yes, sometimes there's a food-related motive involved, especially if you've just finished a meal. But more often than not, a lick from your dog is simply love, delivered in the most literal sense. Number 4, they want to sleep near you. You may not let your dog sleep in your bed, and that's perfectly fine. But if your dog makes a point of sleeping in your room, curled up on the floor nearby, or just outside the doorway where they can see you, that means something. In the wild, wolves and their dog ancestors slept in tight clusters with their trusted pack members. Proximity during sleep was never casual. It was a declaration of safety and belonging. Sleeping close to someone meant you trusted them to protect you while you were at your most vulnerable. When your dog chooses to sleep near you, they are following that ancient instinct. They are placing you in the inner circle. Out of everywhere in the house they could curl up, they choose to be where you are. That choice is not random. It is intentional, and it is meaningful. Number 3, they check in on you. Out on a walk, your dog bolts ahead to sniff something exciting, but before long, they glance back to make sure you're still there. You're in another room, and they wander in just to look at you before wandering back out. You arrive somewhere new, and they orbit back to you every few minutes. These check-ins are easy to miss, but they speak loudly. A dog that monitors your location, even from a distance, is a dog that is emotionally tethered to you. You matter to them, your whereabouts matter to them, and it's worth noting not every dog expresses love through constant physical closeness. Some dogs are more independent by nature. They may not always be pressed against your leg or sleeping at your feet, but if they're checking in on you regularly, the love is there. It just has its own style. Number 2, they follow your lead. TV time, cooking dinner, a bathroom break. Doesn't matter. Your dog is right there, trotting behind you from room to room like a furry shadow with a wagging tail. It can feel like a lot, but this behavior comes from a deeply loving place. Your dog isn't following you out of anxiety or fear that you'll vanish. They're following you because you are part of their family, and family sticks together. They want to be close to you. They want to know you're okay, and in their mind, staying nearby is how they make sure of that. Some breeds take this a step further through a behavior known as herding. Herding breeds German Shepherds, Border Collies, Australian Shepherds may actually nudge family members back toward each other if someone wanders too far, or gently guide a child back to the sidewalk. To them, keeping the family together isn't just instinct, it's love in action. Number 1, they let you touch the top of their head. This one might be the most underrated sign of all. For most dogs, being touched on the top of the head, especially by someone looming over them, triggers a guarded, instinctive response. It feels like a threat. It registers as dominance. Many dogs will flinch, duck away, or simply tolerate it with visible discomfort, which is exactly why what happens next is so powerful. If your dog allows you to place your hand on top of their head, if they don't pull back, don't tense up, but instead lean in and close their eyes, you are witnessing something rare and real. You have earned a level of trust that goes all the way down to the bone. That dog doesn't just like you. That dog has decided in the deepest part of who they are that you are safe, that you are theirs, and that they are yours. Dogs love in a language without words. But once you learn to read it in the lean, the lick, the lingering gaze, you realize they've been saying